So it's been a little while ago since our favorite game developer, Blizzard, released our favorite movie ever, Warcraft: The Beginning. And I came across this video that we can react to. It's called Deleted Scenes from Warcraft, full bonus feature. And I wanted to go see this because I've never seen it. Back when I saw the Warcraft film, I rated it internally as a 9, even though I knew that it is not a cinematic masterpiece. I was just so stoked to see a gaming universe of Warcraft 3 come to life, and seeing orcs in the flesh, in real life, if you will, that I was pretty pogged out, and I wanted to go see it again. Even if I didn't really like Lothar's acting, you know, the main character, the guy from Vikings. I don't care too much for that actor. I don't like his style too much, even if maybe he's good, and I know he's fairly popular. And I didn't like him in that film too much. But overall, I appreciated the Warcraft movie. It was my fandom on the big screen. And here are some deleted scenes. Let's go take a look. Let's see if these scenes deserve to be in the film.
This is all you had.
No.
So they're collecting skulls. Did you guys like the Warcraft film? The orcs were more real than the humans. Yeah, they were. The orc parts were the best. Like, this kind of stuff looks awesome, right? They were just not very good at storytelling, and in my opinion, casting as well. So that was a pretty useless scene, in my opinion.
Who fights for your clan? Blackhead. You are no monsters. Darkscar! You will fight one of these frost wolves. You live, you join the warband. You die, my wolf will eat well for days.
I marched my clan for a month to be here. Where's this new homeland of your summons? Everything we've seen is either dead or dying.
We are to conquer a new world. Those of us who are brave enough to fight for it. Let me fight this old Fang. I'll break his bones. You're not afraid, are you?
What I fear are empty promises.
I will tell Guldan you doubted him before you died.
Jeez. So I guess that answers whether they fight to the death. So the orcs look great, I think. What do you think about the dialogue? I don't feel like the dialogue is that good. It doesn't feel like a natural flow. Like the script written for it feels weak. They try to have the orcs act like orcish and stuff, but I personally can't identify with it at all. Like they throw out some cool stuff. Are you afraid? And I'm gonna break him in half and stuff. It doesn't really. Yeah, you think there was a script? You can tell that the sound design is unfinished in these scenes. Like it's about half as good as like the finished product is. I think graphically it looks amazing, but you don't. Yeah.
Monster enough for you, War Chief? Feed them.
They look too human too. I think that's okay.
Came all of this way to dig.
You want to be able to identify with the characters on screen. Like, I think they look really good. But there's just no story being told. I know these are just deleted scenes, but it was pretty similar in the actual film. It's not emotionally attaching itself to the viewer at all, in my opinion. Like, none of it. And it was also really chaotic. If you don't know anything about Warcraft and you watched it, it was super confusing. Like, it's not a good film for anyone that doesn't know Warcraft.
Up a magic portal.
It is the path to a new world. You believe this? I believe in Guldan. I believe in the Fell. His death magic has made me powerful. You'll see.
I believe in the Fel. His death magic has made me powerful. You'll see.
Feel the strength of 5. You owe it to
You feel the strength of 5?
You feel the strength of 5. You owe it to your clan to return. Make your warriors unstoppable. Blackhand.
You owe it to your clan to return. Make your warriors unstoppable. The script is so random.
Frostwolf clan. Not quite the monsters I was expecting.
Frostwolf clan, not quite the monsters I was expecting.
Your warriors seem pleased with Guldan's gift. You don't want his magic?
I respect Guldan. A warrior is not made with magic. He is forged in battle.
Okay, so your warriors seem happy with the Fel magic, but what about you? You don't want it? I respect Guldan, but a warrior is made in battle, not forged by magic. Why? You know, I'm missing the why. Like, I get it, right? We've got more respect for someone that trained their martial arts to become a lethal weapon than someone that picked up a gun and misfired, even though it might have higher lethality. Yeah, I know it's character development for Blackhand, and I get the idea behind it, but I don't feel like it comes across that much when he says it. I'm missing the why.
Blackhand seems strong enough without.
Why?
What I'm expecting is for him to say something like, an inner motivation behind it. If he's like, Fel magic, considering its source, must come with a price, even if we don't fully comprehend it yet. I think we're strong enough to defeat the humans without the influence of this Fel magic. We were strong before. We defeated this band. We defeated that band. We did all these triumphs without. Why should we need it now? Yes, your strength is greater, but I must believe that it comes with some kind of cost. Again, even if we don't understand it. Like, that would make more sense. Or he could be like, I saw what it did to you so far. You're losing control of yourself. The price is too great. But instead it's just like, magic bad?
Be strong enough when there is stronger still. Why be strong enough?
Why be strong enough when there's stronger still?
When there is stronger still.
Yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. Sometimes I see people try to have the moral high ground against each other in the real world when they think someone is by like being too greedy, trying to charge money for something, and then someone asks them like, "Aren't you making enough?" For instance, Logan Paul, did he really need to scam everyone out of millions with crypto when he's already got hundreds of millions from his content creation activities? Like, did he really need to do that? Did he really not need to refund them? And then when you consider that, he would be saying like, why have enough when you could be richer still? Yeah, okay, Logan Paul Orc.
Yes, but you're green.
Yes, but you're green. But he does have a very cute expression. Like, I really like the expression. Like, the graphics was top tier. Yes, but you're green. I like that. I like it. That's kind of okay. Like, he doesn't have like an elaborate reason for why magic is bad. Just you're green and it looks unsexy or uncool or whatever. Okay, I get it. Lothar receives boomstick at Ironforge.
You're the only man I'd ever make plow blades for, Lothar. You and your army of farmers can attack the turf with dwarven steel, eh?
This is not very good voice acting. Like, already when you hear this, This is lower, like, this is just objectively lower quality voice acting than what Larian hires for Divinity 2 and for Baldur's Gate 3. It sounds like someone trying to be posh with an old English inflection, but it doesn't sound real to me.
It's a shiver down my spine just to say it. What will my wives think?
Military man's curse, my lord. The better I do my job, the less a master do.
Well, still good to see you, old friend. We'll have your wagons packed and on their way just as soon as they're ready. Lothar, come. I've got something for you.
What is it?
A mechanical marvel. It's a boomstick.
I really don't like this actor. Like, he was quite popular from Vikings, right? And I know Vikings was like a phenomenon, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. But I'm not feeling what he does. Look what he does with his mouth.
Boomstick.
What's he looking at? He asks what it is. Then this dwarf shows off what it is. And he looks at what? The cameraman? Like, what's he looking at? They call each other old friend. They talk and laugh like old companions. But do they even like each other? They're both facing another way. The dwarf, for some reason, turns his back on him. Because he's a right-hander, I suppose. Okay, fair enough. But then maybe not... Like, body posture matters. Like, when you put your back to someone, that's kind of rude. And then he looks away. And he keeps looking away. And his mouth hangs open. Like, who is concentrating on something and then have their mouth hang open? Wouldn't that just look dumb? That's a directing issue? Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Says you, lul. Yeah, true. That's what is called a shot in front of open goal. Huh? Leaving the goal open. There we go. You realize those two aren't on set together. Are you telling me that the fictional AI or graphic dwarf is not really on set with him? No, I get it, but like, it's bad directing, right? What? And then he's like, he's like looking at something else.
Odd. Take water.
He still hasn't said what it is. And he's now aiming it like he gets it. This is cartoon level. This is cartoon level villain stuff. It's like, what is this? What is this?
Might want to head home, big man.
That's why it was removed. Yeah, but it's not a lot worse than the actual film, is it?
Someone's attacked one of your garrisons.
He did not look genuinely concerned that his garrison got attacked. Griffin's looking pretty mid.
Griffin, this way. It's tame.
Oh, this looks really bad. Oh, wait. This is a placeholder, Griffin. This is removed. They must have done a much better job later, but it didn't make sense to do this one. No. There's no way this would have been in the real film. This is placeholder. They didn't finish it because it didn't make the cut. That's a good cut. Yeah, the armor is nice.
What kind of beasts? Rumors, Your Majesty.
From 3 different valleys.
Lothar briefs officers, questions Medivh.
Black morass.
You believe her?
It's all we have to go on. What do you think? Could hide an army in there.
Or lose one?
Let's see if this, Orc can be trusted. We leave it down.
It's very tame. I mean, of course, I don't know what it would be like in an ancient kingdom like this when they have war discussions. But I have to think that counselors or generals would have more to say than you could hide an army in there or lose one. Let's see what this orc has to say. With like the calmness as if they're analyzing their next move in chess. I would think there would be more passion, but...
You don't think it's useful to see the enemy firsthand?
I have things to attend to.
What happened to you today?
I was studying our foe.
If it wasn't for the kid, you'd be studying the edge of an axe.
Well, take him with you then. He's more powerful than you think.
King and queen talk on balcony. Yeah, they're just saying lines. They're not in character. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I were to take a part in the film, like if I were offered one, of course I would take it as well. And if I discovered it was going to be very poor on script writing, I would still finish the job too. Like, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be like, I can't put the Grubby stamp of approval on this film. Take my part out. I resign. I would be an ogre. No, not an orc. Ogre. I'm good ogre voices. I do want to watch the whole film.
Take Lothar to the camp.
I do want to watch the whole film again sometime. See if it like holds up. Because like legit when I saw it, I felt like it was a 9. It was cool. I was excited about it. I wonder how I would like it now. Do it now? I can't watch the whole film on screen.
Poor creature.
Thank you.
You were right. A woman's hand was needed.
Bro, it was bad the first time? You think so?
I know of none better.
I liked it. Meeting of the Kingdoms.
The dwarven forges must work overtime.
You treat us no better than dogs. We shall supply you no more!
Enough! You have all called on Stormwind in the past, either for troops or arbitration.
That woman elf's costume is cringe. You mean...
Forges must work overtime.
You mean this one? You think this is cringe?
You treat us no
It seems kind of gratuitous and unnecessary, huh?
better than dogs. We shall supply you no more!
Enough! You have all called on Stormwind in the past, either for troops or arbitration.
It is in the lore. It does check out. If you look at like sorceresses, it doesn't look magic or regal, but it is actually in the lore. Like when you look at a sorceress in Warcraft 3, that's how they look like. Maybe it's like how the Witcher book wrote about that sorceresses can change their appearance and they try to be the most beautiful possible and stuff. For reference, this is the sorceress in... let me see if I can show you. This is the sorceress in Reforged. Come on, dear nobody, you're covering... Oh no, you're not covering everything. So, like, it's kind of the same, isn't it? This is the Reforged sorceress, and then the canonical sorceress is here, which, to be honest, is even, quote-unquote, worse or better, depending on what side you are. I know what side I'm on.
If we do not unite to fight this enemy, we will perish. We have a history. But right now, together we have a crisis to solve.
Your Majesty.
Commander,
The Orcs are building a portal through which they plan to bring an army. If we do not stop them now, we may never get another opportunity.
The Orcs are building a portal through which they're sending an army. I wonder if at this point in the film it would have been explained that you can build a portal with magic, or maybe they take magic for granted. They realize like they're not just making a portal from one room to another, from like another world. You would expect at least some outrage from some, because like generally in a council like this, wouldn't there be some people that do not understand much about magic? Just like if you had a political council nowadays discussing whether games make you violent, there would be counselors, ancient, graying, octogenarian counselors that would not understand games. When we grill Zuckerberg on Facebook, there's going to be people that don't understand the internet. So probably there'd be some people that don't. What do you mean a portal? They're building a portal? Where are they coming from? Another world. Impossible.
Where is he?
Not really, because they already include Khadgar, who's mage. Why would you include magic? They already introduced Khadgar. Yeah, but like some people would still not believe it, right? Like if you look at all the diversity in the world, there's people that don't believe in like the most fundamental facts. Yeah, maybe in this world everyone accepts magic's existence, and if Lothar comes in and he says there's a portal, then they just believe it.
Where is the protector of Azeroth?
Floppy-eared fucks.
Aye.
Did she say floppy-eared fucks?
Of Azeroth.
Floppy-eared fucks.
Why did they take this out? This is great. Racism.
Where is the protector of Azeroth?
Floppy-eared fucks.
Aye.
Though I do think fucks is a little bit anachronistic. Like it doesn't really fit in the time, perhaps. I would like an older flame. Like an older... some kind of older word that feels more at home in the universe.
Where is the Guardian?
Floppy-eared scoundrels. Bastards.
Suggest we take a recess.
Take as long as you like. We're done.
Do you think she like ad hoc prepared that line?
room in my shop for your stuff.
Overall, that council scene I think was not too bad. Overall, I liked it more than most of the scenes so far. So you prefer Game of Thrones to The Witcher? I liked Witcher Season 1, most of the episodes, but I didn't really like Witcher Season 2, and I'm not watching Season 3 out of protest. And because I protest its imposition on my time, I don't think it's going to be worth it. I had an acquaintance that said he's gonna watch this primarily because he is simping for this woman. So he's like, the fact that she's in it, he's like, oh, it's gonna be great.
If you can swing a sword, to this tent. If you can ride a horse, to that tent.
There you are. Tell me, what do you know of the Orc Warlock's magic?
What are they doing?
They're getting ready for war.
Ignored.
Corona, I need your help. What? What's so funny?
How could you not be ready for war?
Anything you want, love. Just make it fast. 5 more minutes and I'm out of here.
If my man's to go...
I kind of like that line in the sense that it conveys the fact that orcs are always ready for war. That's how gigachat they are. Whereas humans are so involved with their petty politics, commerce, and whatnot, that you actually have to get ready for war. And I know this may sound like I'm trying to toot my own horn, but this was my philosophy as well back in the day. All right, in 2004 or 5, what I saw happen sometimes is that there would be someone that qualifies for a big tournament and then end up, oh yeah, this is Chris Metzen. There'd be someone that qualified for a tournament, they would end up not making it, then there'd be a new spot available, and then they go down the ladder who was the next in line to qualify. That could be you. So if you had a qualifier and you lost, and you were going to sit out the ESWC, and you have nothing to do for 4 weeks, I always kept training just to be ready for war, because I never knew when there was going to be a short notice fill-in, stand-in moment, whether there was going to be a short notice LAN tournament online. I believed I should always be ready for war. So true orc. And what's interesting is I sometimes watched other players fill a spot like that, and then they were not in shape because they didn't think they're going to have a tourney. So that Corona reaction, I know it sounds kind of self-applauding, but that was my philosophy back then. And I try to teach it to others when I ever coached people. Always be ready for war. Though, of course, taking breaks sometimes is healthy for your learning process as well as for the balance of mind.
Go to war, he'll leave on a good night's loving.
Good woman.
Well, some of us already.
You and Lothar? A man and a boy?
2 men. And there are many others. Now look at this.
Isn't she originally a half orc, half Draenei? I believe she is, which makes sense because Draenei and Orcs are actually from the same planet, from Outlands or something. But then they made her half human, half orc here, or at least, and probably because they couldn't find any indigenous Draenei to act the part, so they had to at least use a human actress. They had to use a human actress to convey her. I don't know if they ever confirmed that she is half orc, half human in the film, or if they leave that more open for interpretation so that they don't like dig into the canon too much. Yeah, why does Hollywood not have any Draenei? There should be more inclusivity of it. In the movie, the Medivh actor is actually her dad. Oh, cool. Wow. I don't like him though. Like, I didn't like him in the film. I don't think he did a good job to portray Medivh at all. I don't like the Medivh actor or what he did with the part. Again, it's sometimes hard to know how much of that was their fault or how much it's a casting fault. He might have been better in another role, or how much it's like the script writing and the screenplay fault. He portrayed Jesus instead of Medivh. Yeah, it didn't feel like Medivh to me, for sure.
Have you heard of Aladi?
No.
Look.
You drew this?
Yes.
Arthas' story would make a much better movie. I think Illidan's story is the best in Slot, and Arthas maybe second. Like when you're looking for an iconic storytelling, but they very much called this film The Beginning, perhaps with ambitions of more. So maybe they didn't want to start with Thrall or Arthas, but that's probably a mistake. I think the best part of this was the portrayal of the Orcs. It was graphically very well done, especially for its time. So showing Oryx is awesome, I think. Illidan's story shit the bed. Illidan's story is so good. Like if you take, yeah, in Burning Crusade, you mean like My Destiny's My Own and the Wisp, or like the spirits trying to lift him up and make him do things and stuff. You mean that? Because the Illidan arc where he wants to like train an army of demon hunters in order to defeat the Burning Legion, I think that part is pretty cool. I am my scars. That scene was super good. Yeah, I mean, very emotionally powerful.
You've got it the wrong way.
No. We came out of the ground.
What do you guys think of Khadgar's mustache? They used such a young boy-looking actor, the mustache there, to make him look a bit older, or what? I would take it off. She turned green. She did, right? Tanned, browned, bronzed.
Look.
Weak mustache game. Yeah. Khadgar miscast for me. Yeah.
You drew this?
Yes. You've got it the wrong way.
No.
Suddenly she's green. But maybe this is just partially done, you know, because it's a deleted scene. Suddenly she's green. She's getting angry.
We came out of the ground.
I mean, the editing isn't done. Don't judge that part too much.
You drew our arrival in the Black Morass. How would you know what that looked like?
Oh my god, this scene. You know this scene?
I'm sorry.
Kellen's mother died in childbirth. I blamed him for it for years.
This actor, through all of his parts, this guy actor in Vikings and here, he whispers everything, and it only works because he has a microphone on his shirt. If he spoke at the actual volume that he's speaking at, she'd be straining to hear him.
I'm not gonna blame you.
I feel like he's a bad Johnny Depp. Like his mannerisms are a little bit Pirates of the Caribbean Johnny Depp, but then he always has a serious kind of brooding face, whereas Johnny Depp at least is lighthearted and fun. I love this actor because of Vikings. Yeah, I like the Vikings too, but not because of him.
He was so young. My entire
He
life.
throws a mega pint like Johnny. But he never hits Garona.
As much
Garona
pain
hit
as I do
him.
now. Still, I want more.
You want me to hurt you?
Good. I like it. This is how orcs show love. He feels so guilty. He wants to be physically hurt. I love it. More. Kiss him and then kick him in the balls. This is how it usually goes in most of my experiences too. In games.
Archmage.
We hear you've been offered a place.
Wow, nice eyes. And this is actually the final editing result, if I recall correctly.
In Stormwind, as mage consul to the region.
Yeah, Lady Taria has asked me to stay.
Imagine spending like $1 billion on the orc animation and then picking up these eyes for $3 at the thrift store.
Or perhaps you consider a position more suited to your talents. Your status as a novitiate is restored to you. You will be the next guardian. Your responsibility will be absolute.
Will you be attending King Lane's funeral?
Of course. It is the duty of the Carintor to attend such transitions of power.
And the war that is coming, will you attend that?
Checkmate.
Then no. No, I won't be guardian.
Owned! His reaction to the question is very similar to when a streamer tries to manufacture a reaction to something unexpected. Some drama happens. They got either insulted or they lost in a game or whatever, but they don't know how to react immediately, so they pretend shock and continue to stare while mustering a reaction.
No, I won't be guardian. Then you attend that?
Wow!
Then no.
That's an Oscar.
No, I won't be guardian.
Who knew Antonidas was so lame? This is Antonidas, right? Antonidas was so cocky and conversational in the games. And here he's just stunned for words. He got outmaneuvered verbally and linguistically by young Khadgar because Khadgar's so smart.
Keep the robe.
Go back to bed, old man. Shh.
I will pass along your answer.
Wow. Okay. Well, one of these days I'm gonna watch the Warcraft film again. Oops. One of these days I'm gonna watch the Warcraft film again, and then I'll see how it holds up. Buy now. Buy it on DVD now. Buy it on CD now. I don't think I can stream party watch it, but yeah, I think there was like one good scene. I kind of like the council scene and the racism scene. Not because I like racism, I'm against it, but because racism in games is fun because it mirrors what exists out there. Just like Garithos, we humans need to stick together. These people have overstayed their welcome. Talking about the Blood Elves. I'm not racist, but no. Anyway, that's the scenes. I just wanted to look at it with you guys. That's about it. See ya. Sub to the grub.